There we go. Mic's on. Okay. I thought you guys could hear me. I'm sorry. Give me just a moment. I'm going to set myself up here. First of all, I like to apologize. Uh, I'm going to say it. I had to delete something very quick, because I made a live stream and I was really emotional about this because I received this news about 3 hours ago on Twitter. Well, I didn't receive it. I saw it instantly. I saw the moment that YouTube put it up. The moment that even down to when Leah even came on, and not even 40 minutes after YouTube responded, she popped up with her own. So um, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit here and basically kind of read this to you because I'm not really going to show it. But YouTube came out with an apology around 5:37 p.m. this evening with 1.9 million people, and basically what they said was confirming the SS Sniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension. Well, before anything, I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you exactly what they're going to say because, like I said, I had to cool down for a second because I got extremely pissed. I mean, like I said, I've been with YouTube for over 14 years. Jack Films has been with YouTube since 2006. Uh, I came a couple of years later, not even that long after he did. But uh, basically, every since I've been on YouTube, I don't know if this happened. Maybe Jack Films can say something about it. Maybe it happened between the time he was there and before I got there. I don't know any content creators that has ever had a temporary suspension. Either you have been fully suspended or you have been fully banned directly off of YouTube. I have never in my whole YouTube career or my content creative YouTube ever heard of a temporary monetization suspension. I've heard of full suspensions. So that first sentence alone already has me kind of boiled because that right there literally tells you that YouTube has already kind of bent over a little bit backwards for her. But let me keep reading. Per creator responsibility policies, which by the way, they changed their policy to my bad. They changed their policy just not even 2 days ago to where if anything that happens outside of YouTube, which means if you do something and someone doesn't like what you're doing and you go and do like something against them, but you don't post it on YouTube, you post it on like Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, YouTube is literally saying they are not responsible for what happens outside of Google. Uh, that's the policy that they changed here 2 days ago. But I'm gonna keep reading, by the way. So, confirming Sniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies off platform actions that has put others' safety at risk harm, which means, I mean, Jack is pretty much at harm. His wife is pretty much at harm still. His family is pretty much at harm. His neighbors are pretty much at harm. But in the behavior on both, this is the part that really gets me. What they had the nerve to say after this. Okay, I'm going to read this whole sentence from the beginning. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community and the behavior on both sides. See, they're not just saying Sniperwolf is bad. They're also saying that what Jack Films did is just as bad as what Sniperwolf has done to Jack Films. I mean, I've seen some comments already on other people's channels. Thank you, Cream. Cream. Thank you again to Just an Ordinary Guy. Thank you to every single person that has been covering this content. But I've seen some comments that have. I actually saw a comment that said, "Well, this is partially Jack Film's fault because he should have called the cops and should have did something." Well, the thing is, even if Jack Films called the cops that night, with Sniper Wolf still pulling up to his house, still using Uber Eats to bait him out, even if Jack Films still called the cops and the cops came there, this is also not really, it's really hard to say it correctly, but this is like calling the cops on a celebrity that pulls up to your house. Yes, I know Jack Films himself is very popular. He's also a celebrity as well. But this is like Kim Kardashian or Cardi B coming to your house and throwing a brick through your window, and you call the cops on her. And the cops pull up and you go, Cardi B just rolled up to my crib and just threw a brick through my window. What do you? The cops are going to kind of look at you like, you kind of cuckoo. Do you have something or what's going on? And even if you do have the evidence, it's going to take a minute before things get done. Like I said, the judicial system works kind of slow, so it's not something that is going to happen overnight. You can't just call the cops and then boom, they're in jail. So Jack's Films, even with Sniper Wolf walking up to his house and still doing the film and still doing all of this, even with him calling the cops, it would still take just as long as YouTube has taken as long to make this Chat GPT apology in order for the cops to at least do something. Even with Sniper Wolf having 2 felonies on her criminal on her record, it still would have took a little bit of time. Plus, Jack Films needed to get more and more, how would you say, evidence. I mean, a prime example is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. I mean, everybody was believing what Amber Heard said, and Johnny Depp had mountain piles of evidence, and you saw how long that took, and that's between 2 celebrities. All right, now, excuse me again. Let me keep reading. I'm gonna start again on that sentence. So, and put others' personal safety at risk, harm our community and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Well, YouTube, here's the thing: you've gotten rid of EDP, you've gotten rid of Art Kelly, you've gotten rid of Andrew Tate, you've gotten rid of other people who have done somewhat like this. I wouldn't say literally like commit an actual felony because let's call it out for what Leah did. She actually committed an actual felony, and this is not online. This is real world stuff, okay? And she also put, like there's like a cybersecurity thing going on here. I mean, literally. I mean, Google Maps is supposed to be for, they even have on their little policy about, protecting cybersecurity and hacks and all that stuff. So this is kind of like a breach here on internet's part, and in real life, this is actually a felony. Uh, it's also illegal in the state of California, which I'm pretty sure Jack himself will probably explain a little bit more. Maybe you guys need to ask him more about the laws in his state so he can literally clear the air with you about what goes on according to the laws in his state, because each state is different than the other. But like I said, hoping everyone moves this conversation to a better place. That last sentence, basically, YouTube is saying, we're tired of hearing this. Let's move on. We're tired of hearing the BS. We're tired. We're tired. You pushed us to do something, guys. Congratulations, content creators. You all came together. You pushed us to do something. I hope you're happy with what we did. Enjoy the weekend. Let's just move on beyond this and become better people. I know it really does. boils my blood a little bit to literally see corporations and big businesses basically bend over for their favorites. And if that last sentence, hoping everyone helps move this conversation to a better place, basically is YouTube telling us to basically all stop doing, content on it, which I'm basically saying here, this is probably going to be my last live stream on this because I'm not doing exactly what they're saying. I'm pretty much through with it because if anybody who has common sense and has common knowledge or has a brain in their head, know goodness well this last sentence is basically YouTube telling us to just move on, forget about it. We all are happy people together. Even though I have a favorite, you all need to move on. This is the weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Don't worry about this. Aren't you happy how we respond? This is how this comes off. So I'm really just I I like I said, I want to go off. I do. I want to go off. I want to say a whole bunch of curse words. I want to tell YouTube to go shove it. There's so many names I want to say to Neo and his PR team and Leah to her PR team. But as a content creator, I have to be respectful. And as not only just a content creator, even though I'm not as big as Jack Films or anyone else on this platform, I have been around for a long time and I have to keep up my reputation for someone who's been around for a long time. So I have to be just like how it said before, I have to be, even though I'm not really like the biggest example, there are still people who kind of like look at me as, you've been on this platform for a minute. So I have to like keep up a somewhat reputation. And I just like I said, I want to apologize because like I said, I made a live stream and I had to instantly delete it because I let my emotions get the best of me. Excuse me. I know I have every right to. I let my emotions literally get the best of me because, like I said, it really grinds me to see that with being with YouTube for so long and seeing this. I've seen stuff like this before. I mean, it's been for lesser stuff, and I mean, even then, I mean, yeah, it grinded me a little bit, but I was like, it's not that bad. But this here is a little bit different when someone commits a actual felony online and breaks cybersecurity by exposing someone else's place of residence. That's kind of like that's a whole new level. We've actually now really brought this up a little bit more, and I can't really stress it more than enough for people to know. Even with YouTube saying this, there are still over 5.6 million people that know where Jack Films and his wife lives at, even with this blown over. I'm going to go to the next thing and I'm going to read that off too, and I'm going to explain it. And well, I explain it in my opinion and in deep detail. So let me go ahead and click over to this. And this is the apology from Leah herself, SSS Sniperwolf. And she basically wrote this apology not even 40 minutes after YouTube wrote their apology. So that alone already tells me that's a little bit of a. We just sat around the table. YouTube was like, I'm going to write what I say. Hey, Leah, go eat lunch. You have a 30-minute break. And when you come back for lunch, we expect for you to write this Chat GPT apology. It's literally like a business. This is literally like a corporation thing, like where the boss, like something bad happens, the media gets a hold of it. The the CEO comes out and goes, "We're sorry for our corporation, our business, and whatever has happened." And then after they say their thing, like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, then the person where it has actually happened to now comes up on the podium and goes, I am so, I'm sincerely sorry due to behalf of my country and myself and my commitment to this company. This is what this sounds like. So let me read this out to you. And I'm going to pause in between it to give you my opinion. I'm sorry, my voice is kind of cracking because I'm literally like, if I was an anime character right now, you would probably be seeing like 5 versions of me just screaming in anger and ripping and devil horns and flames and all that stuff coming from all over. But I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to be cool and collective. I am. I really am. I'm doing the best I can because this is very hard. Like I said, this will be my last live stream on this incident because we all know what's going on here, and I'm going to definitely say my piece before the end of this live stream. But let's go ahead and continue reading on. This is what Leah said. She says, let me start by saying I am sorry for my recent actions. It is inexcusable. I am sorry to Jack's film. You're not sorry. You're not. You really aren't. Because if you were sorry, the day that you rolled up to homeboy's house that night, and even if you did the live stream thing, that next morning you would have already this would have already been written. It doesn't take a week to write this. You can even for a PR team, it literally takes 24 hours. I mean, literally, I'm a one-man team, and I could do this in hours, literally hours. Matter of fact, I can go ask Chat GPT and literally have them type this up within minutes. But let me continue. I'm sorry, my nose is really going off because I know, dude, I feel like I'm being talked about, but it doesn't matter. But I'm sorry to Jack's film, YouTube, the entire creator community. You are not sorry to us. You're not. And YouTube has now added new guidelines to where if something happens off YouTube, they're not responsible. Google can't cover it. So you're not sorry to Jack Films because you doxed his house and 5.6 million people still know where you live at. You're not really sorry to YouTube because you guys are literally sitting in the same room, literally at this point. I'm pretty sure Leah didn't even write this herself. I'm pretty sure this is like a Chat GPT PR thing. And the entire creator community, you're definitely not sorry to us because if you was, you would apologize that following morning. You, especially for I mean, Jesus Christ, you literally committed felony. I mean, the moment you did it, I know you come from England. The laws are not different over there. Okay, so let's not put this as a country thing. I know where you come from. I know where you've been born at. It's the same rules all around the world. If you commit a crime, just go ahead and admit to it like that. Get it out the way. I mean, you've been on this channel. You've been on YouTube for a long time. You've been online for a long time. You're 30 years old, ma'am. You're literally in your 30s. All right. You're not in college anymore. You're not in high school. You're in your 30s. You're supposed to be an adult. In this writing down, let's talk like adults. That's not the way to go. You know how adults talk business. You know how we do this. We either have Zoom calls, we have meetings, we discuss stuff in private. We do things as adults. We talk like adults. We don't threaten people. We don't go to other people's houses and threaten them or literally send a mob on them or send our little sister against them. We don't do that. As an adult male, I'm not going to send my sister to fight my battles. Nor am I going to ignore and keep posting content. Okay? I'm not going to let somebody else fight my battles as an adult. As an adult, I'm going to talk it out man to man. See, I got to scratch my nose because somebody's literally talking about me. But as an adult, if this was me, I'm going to say, let me put myself in your shoes, Leah. Okay? I'm putting myself in your shoes. If it was me versus Jack Films and I rolled up into his house and I did this, and even with me writing Let's Talk as Adults, the following morning, I would have instantly wrote an apology to Jack Films instantaneously that morning. He would have gotten an apology letter followed by a Zoom call meeting. I wouldn't be at this man's house. I would be at a Zoom call meeting. I would want to talk to him and meet him in a public place where a lot of people from both sides would see us and discuss this as adults. I would have had a Zoom call meeting. I would have called his PR or whatever team. The man has friends, which means I know he has a team. He's a famous content creator. You're a famous content creator. We could, you literally would have taught this out instead of just posting that. So no, we're not doing that. Let me keep reading. I'm digressing, but and my incredible fans for not being an example for a appropriate conflict resolution. Jack Films, why we certainly don't see eye to eye. I'm pretty sure Jack Films, he even though he was like cracking on your stuff and stuff, he still kind of held you to a level. See, you're the one that broke that trust factor when you rolled up to his house. And I'm pretty sure every single male and female content creator can agree with me where we each hold each other as content creators to a certain level. But when you start doxing, that's like breaking the trust. So I'm pretty sure before you decide to roll up to his house and dox him and show all these people where he lived at, I'm pretty sure Jack Films held you to a level of accountability and being respectful and everything. You're the one that broke the respect and the trust. I mean, Jack probably did still even see you eye to eye. Just because he was ripping into your content does not mean he just totally had 100% disrespect for you. I've listened to the man talk on broadcasters. I listened to him talk on podcasters. He sounds like a respectful gentleman. Even though he was, he was pointing out your flaws and stuff, I'm pretty sure he still held you to a level. You're the one that broke that trust, and you're the one that broke that factor when you rolled up to his house. So you're the reason why now he doesn't see you eye to eye. So let's continue on. While we certainly don't see eye to eye and have our differences, which you initiated and that you caused, Jack's film didn't cause this. You said he was harassing you. He was not harassing you. He just said you wasn't giving credit to the content creators. If you would have listened to him instead of just acting like a young child and just going off by your emotional instincts and knowing that Jack's Films was just saying, Sniperwolf, calm down, give credit to the creators, maybe do something a little bit different, just be a little bit quirky. I mean, have you forgotten how to be a content creator, what it means to be a content creator, to be original, to even if you're doing reaction channels, you have to still separate yourself from other reactors. You have to do something that makes you stand differently than other reactors. I mean, literally, Sniper Wolf, you have your glasses, you have your G Fuel, you have so many props back there in your in each and every one of your films. There's so many ways you can be original, but you just don't. You have all the tools there. You have more tools than I do. And I've been on this platform longer than you, and I can be original. That's all Jack's film was asking. He was asking you just to give credit to the content creators. If you would have did that, the man probably would have took down his channel. If you would have gave credit and you would have it brought originality to it. I mean, Jesus, Sniper Wolf, don't you want to make more money by being original and not just the passive income that you're currently making? I mean, don't you want to have fun? Don't you want to be an actual content creator? I mean, that's all Jack Films was asking from you. I could see it in the man's voice. I heard him the whole time he was talking. The man was just telling you, be original, give people the props that they needed. And if you would have did that, he would have backed off. I mean, I don't think that's harassment. That's literally like the school bully telling me to literally, after he done beat me up and everything multiple times, to be like, hey, jerk, just don't wear that shirt anymore. Wear something original. Wear something different. And then I go and I start wearing something different. That bully's not going to mess with me anymore because but I don't think Jack's film was bullying you. I don't think he was really harassing you. He was just pointing out that you've been on this platform for so long and you've been a content creator that you lost your originality and you lost your respect for other creators in that you didn't give context to other creators. That's all Jack's Films was doing. That's all he was saying to you. And if you would have did that, this whole situation could have been avoided. But let me continue on because I'm that type of person that really kind of gets a little bit off. That's all he was asking. And you took it a step too far. This was all on you. This wasn't on Jack's film. Yes, I get it. He literally dedicated a whole channel to you. I'm sorry. If somebody dedicated a whole channel to me, even though they were ripping on what I did, if every single time I got on and was doing the same thing and someone dedicated a whole channel to reacting to me and made a bingo card out of it, I would start watching them. I literally would. Every single time you'd be like, oops, well, he's going to do that. Guess what? I would be learning. I learn from my critics. Sniperwolf, don't you know the first rule of content creator is actually learning your most favorite fans are your haters. It's not the ones that adore you. Your most favorite, your most honest fans, the most honest people in the world who watch you are your critics. Jack's film was more honest than your 5.6 million viewers. I'm just putting that out there. I mean, as a content creator and as an old school content creator, and I'm pretty sure Jack's Films can even agree with this, your most dedicated fan is your hater because they're always going to be recognizing what you have done wrong. And if you sit there and you watch what your haters are telling you, you can actually improve yourself. Basically, the man was trying to help you be original and improve yourself and to increase your income while he was increasing his. He was trying to help you out while he was, he was doing it. And what's the best way to do it? Literally, the best way to actually get your attention is to actually point out your flaws. You were so high up on that pedestal, you forgot where you originally came from. And Jack's film was just trying to give you that reminder that you are an original content creator. Give credit to the original. You're supposed to be just as old school as we are. You're in your 30s. Listen to your critics. If you have not learned anything from this, Leah, I want to say your whole name, but I'm not. If you have not learned anything from this, but this is the lesson you should learn. You need to listen to your critics because your critics are going to be the most honest people. The ones that are always picking with you, the ones that are always calling you out, the ones, even the ones that are trolling you. You need to listen to those guys because those guys are your most dedicated fans, even though they might be your haters. They're more dedicated than that person who constantly comes on and says, I love you. I love you. I want to do this. I would walk the grounds you walk and live the grounds you do. Listen to the ones that don't like you. You will learn a lot. That's how I've been on this channel for over 14 years because the amount of people who have told me that something was wrong with me, I've listened to them. I've listened to them more so than my dedicated fans because they're going to be honest with you. Your haters are going to be straightforward with you. Your haters will not lie to you. They will never lie to you. And that's something that you forgot as a content creator, is that your most dedicated fans are your haters and your critics. Now, let me continue reading this because, like I said, I've gotten off topic. So she writes after that, I am sorry for reacting the way I did when I should have taken the opportunity to show younger creators how adults and professionals resolve conflicts by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately. Leah, all you had to do was listen to what Jack Films was saying. He literally was telling you how to react and how to show younger creators by giving credit to other creators. You're setting the example for younger content creators to come on here to become better creators for the platform to bring more revenue while upholding basic content creating laws in doing so. I mean, when you was on your VODs, before you got on Amigo, before you got on Twitch, before you got on Twitter, before you even came here, when you first started out, those little bit of people, this is what Jack Film has been trying to tell you this whole time. But because you brought it to this extreme and you committed a crime, you're the one that did this to us. You're the one that did it to yourself. I mean, yes, YouTube is still, oh God, my nose is going off and it is really messing me up. Give me just a second. I have to blow my nose, okay? I'll be right back. And I will continue on. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. My apologies. Either somebody's really talking about me really hardcore, or I'm just having a very bad nose thing going on. Basically, Jack was literally telling you what to do. You just wasn't listening. That's the thing. You're the one that did all of this. You're the one that acted foolish and stuff. I mean, I'm not bashing you for it, Leah. You did act like a child, and you're 30 years old. Do better. Well, excuse me. Now, let me continue. I am sorry for reacting the way I did when I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults, professionals resolve conflicts by communicating, which Jack's Film would have if you would have reached out to him instead of going to his house. All you had to do was just reach out to the man directly, respectfully, which, again, Jack's Film would have respectfully taken down his films if you respectfully contacted him and told him all about this instead of just going at him and docking his house. And privately, which, again, Jack's Film would have stopped his channel if you would have listened to him and you did this privately instead of bringing out 5.6 million people to know where this man lives at. Not for views or content. That's what Jack Film has been saying the whole time. You have gotten so high on your pedestal, you thought doing this for views or content, you almost ruined someone's livelihood. There have been other content creators who have been shot, their house been shot up, who have been swatted, who's been doxxed, who's been straight harassed, that had to move out of state, that had to move countries for this. If you shouldn't have done this for views or content. You shouldn't have. Really. You get enough already. Not everything has to be on camera, Leah. Okay? You make enough money, all right? Don't you ever get tired of putting on the camera? I mean, no offense. I mean, you make so much money. I'm pretty sure Jack Films does not want to do his thing every single day. I'm pretty sure the man wants to spend time with his wife and his children and at least have a day off to himself. So maybe you should too. You still have other things to worry about. Stop digging yourself in the hole. This could have been resolved so easy. All you had to do was one simple phone call instead of doing all of this. Look, you don't have to keep up with the times. You're already on top. But the fact of you doing this, now you have a stain. You have a tarnish. People are going to remember this even long after YouTube has let this go. So it's just let me continue. Not forgotten, but a meaningful example of how conflicts should be resolved. He was telling you how to do that. You just wasn't listening. He's been telling you how to do this for the past 5 months. You just wasn't listening. Jack's film has been on here for a very long time. The man knows what he's doing. I mean, he literally made a third channel pointing out your faults and pointing out your issues. If you would have just listened to his channel, he probably would have taken his channel down. If you would have told him that you think it was harassing him instead of doing what you did now, you would have been able to resolve this peacefully without all of us content creators getting together, creating a bonfire around your death or whatever's going on. Excuse my language. Jack's film was literally telling you what to do. He was being respectful. He was being straightforward with you. And then when you didn't listen, he made a channel and he did it the best way we old schoolers can do. We trolled you. Did you forget how we used to do this back in the 80s and 90s and 2000s when you didn't listen to someone? The best way to get their attention is to actually troll you, turn you into a meme. Did you forget where all of these memes used to come from back in the days? That's the only way he could get you to understand. But the way you reacted was in an immature way. I'm going to continue reading this, and then I'm really going to give my thoughts. But a meaningful example of how conflict should be solved. I will reach out directly and hope we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Jack is actually thinking in his mind right now. Even I'm waiting for a response. Everybody else has put out their content, and I had to cool down in order to put out this live stream. I can't personally speak for Jack Films when you write this down, that if you reach out. I know if it was me and you did this to me and you reached out to me, I would reach out to you with a lawsuit. I mean, that's the only way I can do it as an adult now, because you've already forced my hand. You've exposed me to 5.6 million people. Me and my wife are in danger. We don't feel safe. So you reach out to me, just be prepared for a lawsuit. That's what I would do. I don't know how Jack Films think. I don't know what's going through his mind right now. He might be reading this. He might come out on Twitch and actually come out with a live stream on Twitch. He might bingo card you. He might actually come out with an apology of his own. I don't know how Jack Films think. I know he's an OG just like us. I know he is. I know he's an OG just like some ordinary guy and everybody else. I know he's been here for a long time. But we all don't. All of us are now sitting back wanting to know what Jack Films think. That even includes me. But I'm gonna finish this up. I'll reach out directly and hope we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. I also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. No, they did not. I think changing YouTube guidelines just for you, YouTube did not hold you accountable. Because if YouTube did hold you accountable, you wouldn't be writing this letter. Also, you wouldn't be online. You would be in jail. Because what you did is a felony, no matter how old you are. And here in the United States of America, even in California, which is definitely one of their laws illegal, and with you having 2 criminal charges on you already, you'll be doing some jail time. Or you will be out on bail. But you wouldn't be writing this today. You probably wouldn't be writing this till like tomorrow or maybe Monday morning, because I don't know how long it takes to get bail for rich people. But God, somebody's literally talking about me and my nose is going off. So that means somebody's literally talking about me while I'm doing the stream. I don't know who it is. Don't matter. Yeah. YouTube hold me accountable. I deserve it. No, No, no. What they gave you, no. You deserve so much more. You deserve so much more punishment for what you did. You committed a felony and you exposed someone's house to 5.6 million people. As a soldier and an ex-veteran and an ex-disabled veteran of the United States of America, and me doing 20 years, no, you got to slap on the finger. You deserve so much more punishment than what YouTube has done, and that's coming from me as a person who has actually went out and fought wars for people like you to be able to write stuff like this. You deserve so much more, but it's not up to me to decide. That's up for Jack Films to decide. That's not my responsibility. That'll be on Jack's Films, and everybody's waiting for what Jack Films has to say. So I deserve it. Respect the decision and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. I'm trying to keep as cool and collective about it because if it was possible, I would reach through the screen. I would literally reach through the screen after you for that last comp. That you're just as bad as what YouTube said. I think your PR team wrote this. Actually, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure YouTube had a chat GPT write theirs or an intern wrote write theirs. Tell your PR to go to lunch. While your PR was at lunch, they wrote theirs. When your PR came back from lunch or when you came back from lunch, had you write this. I literally don't know. There's nothing for me to say about that. But I will give my piece on this. I was very upset. I do admit it. And this is coming from someone who's been on YouTube even longer than you, Sniperwolf. I was very upset because, again, I've seen plenty of people on YouTube who have gotten kicked off for less than what you have. I've seen people come back with apology letters just like this. I've seen this here, this apology that you wrote here. This, personally, for me, it doesn't faze me at all because I've seen this so many times. This is like a repeat. And if I could say that, and Jack Films has been on longer than I have, I mean, maybe he'll take it respectfully. I don't, like I said, I don't know how the man thinks. I really don't. But personally, me, I've seen so many letters like this. I've seen YouTube write so much like that. I've seen YouTube actually change their policies like this before too for other people. I mean, like I said, Pokemon's one of them, but she went to Twitch already. You can go ask her about that. It happened with her. But I've seen this so many times. This doesn't faze me. This also doesn't sound genuine to me at all. It doesn't. This sounds like a lawyer told you to write this. I bet you Sausage told you to write this. Maybe Sausage wrote this himself. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this did not come from you. I don't think this came from you, Leah. I don't think this is you. I don't. I mean, I literally don't. I 100. Oh my God, my nose is killing me. It's ridiculous because my nose didn't start itching until I started chatting, which means whoever's watching me right now and has not responded, you're probably talking about me. And it's getting a little bit annoying because it's making it hard for me to talk if I'm sitting here rubbing my nose because it makes it look like I'm lying when I'm not. It's just my nose is continuously itching. But I don't think you wrote this, Sniper Wolf. I don't. I think somebody wrote this for you. I don't think you're genuine. I don't. I really don't. I know you've been on YouTube a long time. And if you think someone like me think this is genuine, and I've been on YouTube for over a decade, way over a decade, you think this is genuine? You think this is fine? I'm gonna turn. Maybe I can turn the screen. Maybe I can. I doubt it because, like I said, it's just literally going to focus on the laptop and whatever's there. But if you think that you think I accept this as an apology? Me personally, I don't accept that. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't accept this. This is not heartfelt. This is not. You don't mean none of this. I I can't even see how it's written that it seems like it's been corrected quite a few times. This literally looks Chat GPT. This literally looks like you told the AI what to write and they wrote it for you. This looks like how you would cheat in a school project. Like I said, I don't know how what Jack Films think of it, but I know someone like me that's been there for over a long time and has been on YouTube a long time and have seen stuff like this before, seen situations like this before, seen apology letters like this before. No, it don't fly with me. Even though I'm gonna nip it in the bud. I like I said, this is gonna be my last video because, like I said, this is not really my business. I'm just a fellow content creator who's on the side of Jack's film and will continue being on his side because he's correct. He only asked for a little bit, but you're the one that took it too far. Um, literally, he only asked for you to be original and to give credit to the creators, but you're the one that took it too far. I mean, literally, it's to the point to where there's other female content creators that have been on here that has already, who's like I said, already are way ahead of me because, like I said, it took me a couple of hours to cool down because honestly, to be honest, I wanted to come on here and curse YouTube out. I wanted to curse you out. I was going to curse your sister out. I was going to curse you out. I was going to go after YouTube. I was going to go after the whole thing and just blah 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 to the point to where I'm pretty sure some things that would have came out of my mouth would have probably got my channel instantly banned. Not only banned, I'm pretty sure it would have carried over into Instagram and Twitter after what I had to say if I really wanted to say what I wanted to say. But because of the fact that I'm respecting myself as a United States retired military veteran at the age of 42 years old, and I have to show respect in the fact that I've been on this platform for almost as long as Jack films himself, that I'm also held to a certain level too. And yes, I might have lost my cool in other streams. And I keep saying I don't stream much. I don't. There's a reason why I don't. The only thing I want to do is art and anime. This is ridiculous. I swear to God, my nose is just going off again. I wish whoever it is talking about me needs to stop. But if you're asking me to accept this as an apology, I personally don't. And if any other content creator out there is listening, I will say it myself. I wouldn't accept this as an apology either. I'm just gonna be straightforward and honest with you. I wouldn't accept it. I mean, I would keep on going with my content creating, but Sniperwolf now I got you at the 10 foot. I don't trust you 100% now. Now 100%, I don't trust you at all as a content creator. You're not for us at all. You're literally for yourself, and knowing that you got that much power to bend the TOS guidelines of YouTube. No, I don't trust you anymore. I really don't. Be honest, I kind of didn't trust you once you messed over that Make-A-Wish child who was dying of cancer. I mean, my own cousin Corey Kenshin literally made a wish. He did it. My own cousin did it. My own friends that have done it. My online friends have done it. I've seen Poise doing it. I've seen Dashy do it, and they're just as big as you are, if not bigger. The only reason why they're not coming over here and saying anything about it because they have their own things to do. But they know about this. They do. We just don't. They just don't bring it to their channel. I'm the only one that's doing this because I'm the older one. Okay, they have their own reputations to keep up, and they have their own audience to keep up. That's the only reason why you don't see them on here. That's the reason why you don't see them posting about it. That's the reason why you don't see people like Mark Plyer and PewDiePie and Mr. Beast and all of them. Literally, you don't even see Matt Pat, even though he did make fun of you a while back ago. But he did apologize to you. That's why you don't see them posting anything about this controversy on their channel because they have other things to do. They have their own reputations to keep up. And I respect each and every one of them for doing that. I mean, they have their own sponsors and they have their own thing. So leave them where they're at. I speak for them. Okay, I'm going to speak for them, so they don't have to put up videos on their channel. I would do it because those are my friends. I wouldn't even see my people. They're literally my content creator friends, and I've watched each and every one of them grow to where they're at now, from the beginning to the end. Each and every one of them. So I would speak for them. They don't have to go on their channel. They don't need to put up a video. They don't even have to put up their opinions. I'm pretty sure they share the same opinions that I do about what's going on here. So know when I say that I don't really accept your apology, but I will keep an eye out on you and I will keep you at a distance. So would they. And I'm pretty sure there's so many other content creators that are doing the same thing. No, Sniper Wolf, we don't accept your apology. We do expect you to grow, but we don't accept this. We want you to grow. I mean, like I said, Jack's film was literally trying to teach you a lesson, and you failed. You did. You failed to the point to where you had to manipulate YouTube in order to get your way, and now you literally exposed yourself. So, like I was like that old meme says, deal with it. That's what we content creators are saying. Um, you messed up. We don't accept your apology. We do expect you to grow, though. We still expect you to respect yourself and grow and learn. But now you broke our trust. You're going to have to earn that. And it's going to be even harder. A lot harder. It's probably going to take you a long time. It's probably going to, by the time you even earn anybody's trust, you're probably going to be my age. You're 30 right now. I'm 42. That's what's going to happen. Now, this new generation, they don't mind. This new generation, your fans, your little guys, they're gonna stick with you through the end. But as for you being held accountable for people that are your age and older, or the older content creators, or the content creators that have actually done this and actually produced the stuff on you, no, we don't accept your apology, Sniper Wolf. We do not. YouTube, we do not accept your punishment because you literally, we don't know how, you a monetary, literally a temporary monetization. How are you going to stop someone who's already rich? How are you going to temporarily stop? How long is actually temporarily? Could it be this weekend? Could it be a month? Could it be 3 months? Could it be 6 months? Could it be a year? I mean, oh my God, please stop that for a whole year. That would be, if YouTube comes back and say, we have put a 1 year monetization suspension on Sniperwolf's channel, you might, that little tiny bit. And I'm literally saying a year. I'm not talking about 1 month. Not even 3 months. I think you at least 6 months to a year. I think she should have a temporary monetization on YouTube suspension for 6 months at least. At least. And that is very tiny. Very, very tiny. More tinier than my fingernail. And I just clipped them the other day. And they're really tiny. That's very tiny. But yeah, YouTube, you messed up. Like Angry Joe said, you effed up. You fop, you cop, you pop. You really fop, you cop, you pop. Literally. And no, Sniper Wolf, I don't accept your apology. I'm pretty sure there are other content creators that don't accept it either. And we will be watching you from a distance. Even though we're not going to be talking about this anymore after this, as well as we're all going to be watching you now. You're on watch duty now. So you definitely need to dot your I's and cross your T's. Everything you have done in the past, if whatever you do from this point on, somebody's going to be watching you. It's not going to be me because I don't care. To be honest, I got art to do. I got video games to play. And I got a life of retirement to enjoy. I'm ahead of you already. I'm not as rich as you. I would never be as rich as you, but I'm set for the rest of my life. So are you, which is weird. It's very weird for someone who's in the same category as you, but doesn't have as much money as you, and is also set for the rest of their life. But I'm not out here committing felonies. You should know better, Leah. You and your sister. Y'all should know better. Do better. You guys are 30 years old. Y'all supposed to be the shining example of this new generation. And now that they can see that they can just get away with this bullcrap, literally, you're not a great example. If I was to have a child, well, which I can. If I had my kids, literally, if I had my kids right now, if I had a child right now at the current age I am at, or even Jack Films and his kid was actually watching you right now, what kind of example would you be showing to that Sniper Wolf? You're not showing a good example. You got to do better. You can't keep putting up this child pornography stuff or this child thing or endangerment. Like I said, it might have worked back then, but there's a lot of soft people now, so you can't be doing this anymore. You can't. But like I said, this will be my last live stream on this. I will not be doing any more live streams unless, there's some kind of update or YouTube decide to change up their punishment and add more punishment, or Jack's Film literally. I'm waiting. What I'm literally waiting for, I'm waiting for Jack Film's response. That's who I'm waiting on. All us other content creators, we've already said our opinion. We're waiting on you, Jack. Literally. We're waiting to see what you say. And I think it's going to be a really good one. Whether you say it on your Twitch, whether you go on a podcast and say it, whether you go on your own channel, we're all waiting. But we won't forget. And to be honest, I don't think we can forgive this. Literally. Excuse me. I don't think we really can. Anything else for me to say? Really? I'm not really sure. But all I know is that tonight is Friday night. This is the weekend. The weekend is supposed to be a time of enjoyment, man. This is where we go out to party and stuff. I mean, you younger people are supposed to be out partying right now. You guys are supposed to be at the bars and stuff. Literally. People my age, guess what we do on Fridays? This is where we either sit up at the house and play some D&D. If we're D&D people, we're on the computer playing our video games or our game console. We got our beers, we got our drinks. This is supposed to be a time of celebration, but this here, a lot of content creators are not gonna forget this. But we're not gonna post any more on it. But we're not gonna forget this. It won't be forgotten. The new generation might forget about it or not care or overlook it. But once they get old enough and they see this later on down the road, then they will realize what they've done, what you've done, literally. But like I said, I had to cool down. I had to cool my jets. I had to relax. I had to make sure my emotions didn't get the best of me because, trust me, oh my God, they did. They literally did. And I apologize to everybody who, and this is off my live stream. And I'm talking about real life because I'm pretty sure, like I said, I have a lot of people who are my subscribers who are like my family. I do apologize to some of you guys, man, for the way that even I reacted, even though you guys said I was in the correct and I was in the right. I still felt like that my emotions got the best of me, and that's not correct for a person like me, especially of my type and stature. I should be more cool, calm, and collected, but I had to vent because I didn't want to come on here and do it. It wouldn't be right for me to bring my full frustration and anger. I had to come about this in a certain and tolerable way, without literally just going off. Because, like I said, I saw the apology. I saw it. I saw it when it happened. I saw when YouTube went on Twitter and literally wrote it. It popped up like that. Boom, boom. I saw it. I read it. And the moment I read it, I can't even show you the table. I actually had to go throw my other table in the dumpster. Literally, I had to go throw it in the dumpster. As soon as I read it, I said two of the most biggest curse words, and I slammed my fist down on that table. And when I slammed it down on that table, I split that table right in half. I literally did. That's how pissed off that YouTube pissed me off. And then 40 minutes later, I saw Leah's comment, and I said, "Okay, all right." I said, "Okay, all right." MF, boom, 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 boom. I popped on here, and like I said, some of my people will actually say I did a quick 15-minute live stream where I was just going off and just cursing and just the whole time. And then I had to come to a realization I couldn't do this. I'm better than that. It's the same thing that you should have done too, Leah, before you decided to go to Jack Film's house. You should have went somewhere else and vented. Got yourself calm. Like I say, you're a 30-year-old lady. I don't care how famous you are. I don't care what situation you go through. Before you go and do something that you're going to regret doing, go somewhere and breathe. If you have plenty of people, you have your little, even your little sister's just as crazy as you are. Maybe you should have used her as a venting tool. You should have vented all your frustration out on that little girl, and she would have realized it. Because sometimes you would have been able to snap some sense into her head by venting your frustration out, and she would have been like, maybe it's not a good idea to go to Jack's house. You sound very angry. Maybe we shouldn't go to his house and do this. Maybe it's a bad idea. You don't sound right. Maybe you should have did that before actually asking your audience to do it. Sometimes you got to go and vent somewhere else. You can't ask your people always to do that. I can't ask the 115 subscribers that I have. What can I do? Sometimes I got to turn off the computer. Sometimes I got to turn off the camera. Sometimes I got to turn off the TV. Sometimes I got to just sit up in the dark and just whatever. Sometimes I even have to go outside and sit in my car, turn the music up, and scream as loud as I can. If that's what you had to do instead of you doxing somebody's house, maybe you should do that from now on. I mean, you did say you want to be a responsible adult. As an adult, there are some times where you just can't hold it. But that does not mean you should do what you did. There's other ways to take care of it. You might have been mad at Jack Film for doing what he did, even with him being in the right. But look here, you have a mansion. You have plenty of places to go. You have plenty of other people to talk to. You could have did so much before you did this, but it's too late now. There, like I said, I can sit here and yap like a whole dog, just yap, 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 yap. I can sit here and literally chastise you like a father or older brother, but I won't because the deed is done. All you can do at this point now is accept that you was at fault, accept the mistakes that you made, and you grow as a person. Even with us looking down upon you, you still need to grow. You learn from this mistake. I don't think you will. I really don't. I personally don't think you will. You're too famous. I think you're still up on your high school. I really do. Oh my God, this killed me. I'm going to have to literally wrap this up. Like I said, this is my last stream on this situation. I would not be saying any more about this unless I see an answer from Jack Films himself or YouTube literally change their punishment to a more substantial punishment, or I actually see a physical 100% apology directly from both Leah and her sister. Not a PR apology. We need them themselves. Or the fact that I hear some news that you're in jail for the actions that you committed. Like I said, I'm waiting on Jack's Films to say what he has to say. Until then, I'm going to run up to the store and I'm going to get me some alcohol because, yeah, I'm going to go get me some alcohol. I've already cooked my dinner. I'm going to have that. I'm going to pop on some video games. I'm going to take a breather very quick. I'm going to go talk to my friends. And I'm going to see what I'm doing tonight, literally, or for the rest of this weekend. But I'll be keeping an eye out. But like I said, this is my last stream on that. If I have another stream, I'll probably be talking about something that's totally different. But I hope you learned something, guys. I hope Leah learned something. And on a personal note, from me to you, Jack Films, you and your wife, just be safe, guys. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. We're waiting for your response. Each and every one of us content creators, we're waiting. But on that note, peace out. Brofist, all that other good stuff. Peace. And until the next live stream, which I don't know when that will be, stay platinum. Have a good Friday. Bye.